The world is ready to recognize Palestine as a sovereign state, but one barrier stands in the way: the US veto at the United Nations. While most nations support Palestinian statehood, Washington continues to block it, insisting on negotiations that have failed for decades. This veto leaves America isolated and raises a powerful question. Should one nation's decision outweigh the will of the entire world? The answer will shape the future of justice, peace, and international credibility. Today, we witness a historic moment in global diplomacy. Around the world, the majority of nations now support the recognition of a Palestinian state. They see it as a step toward justice, stability, and peace in the Middle East. Yet, despite this overwhelming global consensus, one obstacle remains: the veto of the United States at the United Nations. The US argues that Palestinian statehood should come only through direct negotiations with Israel. But many nations counter that decades of stalled talks, conflict, and humanitarian crisis have shown that negotiations alone are not enough. This veto highlights a growing divide. While the international community moves toward recognizing Palestine's right to statehood, Washington stands isolated, prioritizing its strategic alliance with Israel over global consensus. The question before us is profound: should one nation's veto outweigh the collective voice of the world? And what does this mean for the credibility of international law, justice, and the future of peace? The world is watching, and history will remember who stood for recognition and who stood in the way. The world is speaking with one voice: Palestine deserves recognition, justice, and statehood. Nations across the globe are ready to acknowledge this right, yet a single obstacle remains: the United States veto at the UN. For decades, promises of negotiations have led to dead ends, while the suffering of millions continues. Today, the global majority demands action, not delay. America now stands alone, blocking what could be a turning point for peace. But history shows us that no veto can silence the truth forever. The question is clear: will we allow one nation to hold back the aspirations of an entire people? Or will the world finally rise together for justice and freedom?